Welcome back to Let's Talk Politics on Naija Anchor News. Today, we delve into the controversial action of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, focusing on the political crisis surrounding the appointment of Ibok Ibas as the sole administrator for Rivers State. This issue has stirred a wave of legal, democratic, and international criticism that has threatened not only the integrity of Nigerian governance but also its standing on the global stage. In an unexpected move, President Tinubu appointed Ibok Ibas as the sole administrator for Rivers State, ostensibly to maintain security and order. However, what seemed like a security measure has quickly turned into a political minefield. Ibas, whose primary mandate was to stabilize the state, has instead ventured into controversial political decisions. He has dismissed political appointees and made new appointments, action that stray far from his intended role as an administrator. This move raises serious questions about the political nature of the appointments and whether it aligns with democratic principles. Is this really about security, or is this an attempt by Tinubu to solidify his political control in Rivers State? The appointment of an administrator without elected officials raises concerns about the future of democracy in Nigeria, especially as it appears to undermine the right of the people to elect their representatives. The legal constitutional violations surrounding this appointment are glaring. According to Nigeria's constitution, local government chairmen must be elected and only they should receive federal allocations. By appointing a sole administrator who is not elected, Tinubu has seemingly bypassed the democratic process, breaching both legal standards and constitutional protocols. The absence of proper legislative procedure, including failing to obtain a two-thirds majority approval from the National Assembly, has led many to question the legality of the entire process. This sets a dangerous precedent for governance in Nigeria, where the rule of law and constitutional principles are increasingly being undermined in favor of political expediency. In response to the blatant overreach, the House of Representatives has been forced to step in, issuing a stern warning to Ibas. They have made it clear that his actions go beyond his mandate and threaten a possible vote of no confidence. The National Assembly's intervention comes as a last line of defense to preserve Nigeria's constitutional integrity. But why is this so critical? A violation of constitutional procedure undermines the very foundation of the country's democratic processes. It's not just about the legality of Ibas' action, it's about protecting the system that allows for check and balances, ensuring no one person or office can wield unchecked power. This crisis further deepened the divide between the executive and legislative arms of government, fostering an environment of mistrust and political instability. The controversy surrounding Tinubu's handling of Rivers State has not gone unnoticed on the international stage. A USA-based legal institution has weighed in, criticizing the president's action for undermining democratic norms and potentially tarnishing Nigeria's reputation as a democracy. This criticism is particularly important when we consider Tinubu's legacy as a pro-democracy figure, one who championed the fight for civilian rule. His current actions have raised doubt about his commitment to the democratic process. For Nigeria, this is a significant blow. The country's international standing is critical for securing foreign investment, strengthening diplomatic ties, and ensuring economic stability. When the world perceives Nigeria as vying towards autocratic practices, it sends a message that Nigeria is no longer a reliable democracy. The erosion of democratic institutions threatens not only the stability of Nigeria but also broader West African region. Perhaps the most damaging aspect of this crisis is the contradiction between Tinubu's past and present actions. Historically, Tinubu has positioned himself as a staunch advocate for democracy and good governance. However, his actions in Rivers State suggest a shift in priorities. What was once a pro-democracy stance seems to have been replaced by a hunger for political control and consolidation of power at any cost. This shift in behavior raises profound concerns for the future of Nigeria. Can we trust a leader who is willing to flout the constitution for political gains? If Tinubu, a man once revered for his role in the fight for democracy, can abandon democratic norms so easily, what does that say about the future of democratic governance in Nigeria? For Nigerians, this crisis serves as a stark reminder of the fragile future of our democracy. The country's political system has been riddled with corruption, electoral malpractice, and lack of accountability for years. Tinubu's actions have only worsened the situation, eroding public trust in the government and further deepening political divisions. The people of Rivers State, like many others across Nigeria, are now caught in a political game where their lives and voices are disregarded in favor of top-down decision-makings. The very essence of democracy, the right to choose representatives, is being undermined, not just in Rivers State, but potentially across the country. Furthermore, the impact on security and governance is clear. When local political dynamics are controlled by unelected administrators with political motives, the potential for lawlessness, instability, and even violence increases. Nigerians are left asking, how much more can we tolerate? How much longer can we allow our democracy to be undermined before we lose it altogether? This political crisis in Rivers State is not just about single appointment or single state. It's a symptom of a larger issue at play in Nigerian politics. It's about the erosion of democratic values, the disregard for the rule of law, and the consolidation of power in the hands of a few. Nigerians need to hold their leaders accountable. The political actions of Tinubu and Ibas must not be allowed to set a precedent for future governance. It's time for citizens, lawmakers, and the international community to come together and reaffirm their commitment to democracy, legal accountability, and the rule of law. As the situation unfolds, one thing is clear: the stakes for Nigeria's democracy has never been higher. We will stand up and protect it, or we will allow it to crumble under the weight of political opportunism and autocratic tendencies. Stay tuned, and as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below.